Hey there, Donna here, and it's a warm weekend. I worked yesterday most of the day in the garden to transplant some things. I forgot to video it, but I will show you what I've done today. I'm going to move two more things, and I've got to plant some bulbs. I have to plant a bunch of sweet pea seeds and some other seeds in my vegetable garden. So it's going to be a busy day. Plus I have to see about shingles. We have a pile of shingles that have been sitting outside for a long time, and see if any of those are good to put on my new potting shed. So I will now take you on a little tour around on what I'll be working on, and then I'll show you when I get through. Okay, so I'm walking over to the south side of my garden, which currently has been just sort of a wasteland of nothing. The neighbor's fence is falling down, and we are going to put up a new fence, I hope, this spring. But right now that's what we have, and I want to have a little garden shed. And so we staked out where it's going to go last weekend. Let's see if I can back up so you can kind of see. If you can see those 4 green stakes there, that is where the garden shed is. And unfortunately, my pink dogwood is right on top of the shed. So I started yesterday trying to dislodge it, and I don't want to kill it, so I'm digging up the roots, and I got a good start. But I had already dug up a big viburnum over here that was there. I wanted to kind of clear this whole area, and those were the only 2 things that I actually planted. And then over here we have just a whole bunch of, I don't know what, this is weeds and things that grew up that I did not plant, and a large wax myrtle that I'm gonna have to trim back once we start construction, because it's, you know, blocking the sun, and it's gonna be right over my shed. But I may just do a light trimming right now because I don't want to take too much down. I like having this shed back here in an area, let me see if I can back up, that is kind of framed. Right now you can see through all my trees, but I'm back here in my meditation garden, and you can kind of see where I'm at here. And so I'll be able to sit here in the meditation garden, and also look out from our windows and see my cute little garden shed. And also it's kind of framed in this little wooded area over here, so it's not just plunked in the middle of the yard. And of course I'm going to be planting things around it, and I'm super excited to get started. We are going to use the little ramp from our tool shed as the floor. I'll show you that later. And we have a lot of like materials around here, and we're gonna have a lot of windows in it, and my husband can get windows for free, so we are just kind of putting it together with what we have. And hopefully it won't cost that much, and which will be amazing. And also it's going to be super cute, so I'm really excited about that. Now yesterday I dug up some things and put them against the side of our house. 3 viburnums, some Rose of Sharons I did the other day, and some vine over here that keeps growing and on the side of the house. So I just grabbed and dug that one up too, since it's February and it's a good time to dig things up. The bad news is now I have to find a place to redig these, and we have so many roots and trees in their yard and shrubs that it's really hard to, you know, replant them. But I don't want them to die, so I will probably try to find a spot for them. So I am going to grab my handy dandy wheelbarrow over there. I can see our Christmas tree is still out here. We leave our Christmas tree out here and then we burn it. Soon, until I can't stand it when it starts to get a little bit warm, we burn it. But in the meantime, it's here. Oh, there are 2 of the big, that's the big viburnum. I forgot about this. I put it over here that I dug out yesterday that was right by the dogwood. So I want to put it back in here and kind of fill this area in. This is sort of my woodland garden that I started last year. And this is all just stuff that kind of grew up, though I have put a few things back here, like those loquat trees, because they were seeding everywhere in our yard. And there were a couple of really nice evergreens here. This is the final one. The other ones, they just died. So I'm sort of trying to replace back here to thicken it up and kind of give us a nice little wooded area and make a little natural, and also, you know, just from the neighbors or whatever. Here is the tool shed that my husband is now going to claim. I wanted it to be my potting shed, but it's gonna be the tool shed, so that potting shed sign most likely will be removed and put on my new shed when it's done. And this is like a huge ramp that we don't need, but it came with the shed, and he said this will be perfect for the floor. So we'll just take it off the angle, put it down on the floor, and it's like, I can't remember, it's like that composite wood. It's not real wood, so it's like indestructible floor that'll last a really long time. So we will already have a floor for my shed, and let's go see if any of the those shingles are any good. So I'm going to wheel my wheelbarrow around and try to pick through them. They've been sitting out there for at least 15 years, so they might all be scrap. Well, we came out here, my husband decided to help me, and we looked through these, oh, there's that tarp. We looked through the shingles, and they are good. Even though they look kind of not good right now, they can just be washed off. And so they will work for the roof of our potting shed. If he can't find anything better, I would really like to have like one of those tin roofs. I think they're so cute, but if we can't do that, my dog is right here and she wants to be on the camera. Hey, Rosie. She hears me talking. So even though they've been sitting out here for like 18 years, they are still good. So that is great. And now I'm going to walk you over back into the front of the yard. This is just the other side of our house. And I'm going to plant, I've got bulbs, tulip bulbs, ranunculus bulbs, and some hyacinth bulbs to plant. And I kind of worked on my front garden bed here and got it ready. I already had some daffodils, and these are summer snowflakes that I've had for years. And we recently put in this cute little garden fence, and so I had the idea to maybe plant some bulbs on the other side. So I worked the soil yesterday before it got too dark, and I was trying to figure out where I was going to put the bulbs. And I also set up these sweet pea, like a little makeshift sweet pea trellis. I just looked in the garage, and I had two like little fence posts. You could use stakes, you could use twigs, or like a branch, and I literally just tied the rope to it because they are twiners and they will love to climb, and they'll probably actually climb taller than that, but for now I might have to add another one or twine them over here on these tea tree bushes that I have. So everything is looking a little bit of a mess right now in my front area. I have this over here that I'm going to clear out, and I have tons of seeds that I want to put in, and I have to move these strawberries they got over here, I think I told you last time, and those have to come out. In fact, I might do that, pop those out today and put them over in the vegetable garden. I do have some kale, so I have to do another row in my vegetable garden. And then over here, we were working on this last year. Right now it looks like a whole bunch of weeds, and it is. This is like my herb garden, or it was an herb garden that got taken over with black-eyed Susans, which are all right here. So I need to pop some of those out. I had a cute little walkway here, and I found some more bricks. So I'm going to make almost like a cross out here, and then I want to plant and have something in the middle. I don't know if it's going to be that thing with something on it. I have a little sundial that I usually put on top of that. So I'm going to do some work, and I will show you what happens when I get done. Here are the sweet peas and lupins that I have been soaking and getting them to germinate. My daughter thinks they're really creepy and weird because they're like growing in these plates and they are getting a little too tall. So I have to plant these, and here's the plates.